I wish I did. I bought the traditional corded pole saw that we offer from my friends at Earthwise, and I absolutely love it. There's no better way to be able to trim the branches, overhanging debris in your yard than to use a pole saw. But what makes this one so awesome, I don't have any place to put my stuff. All right, I'll put that over there. What makes it so awesome is it's cordless, all right? Why is cordless a big deal? Well, if you have to cut a tree and it's 50 yards in the back of your property, well, now you gotta go buy a 75-foot extension cord. And I'm never all that crazy about corded tools with a real sharp blade at the other end. I always think I'm gonna cut the cord, I'm gonna wind up, frying myself. I don't wanna think about that stuff. This is a rechargeable battery pole saw. All right, when I first started doing pole saws, these weren't even available, but now they are. What makes it so great is you don't have to ever worry about plugging it in. What's even better is that this pole saw will extend. I can get up to over 9 feet. I don't know how high the camera can go. I can go up to 9 feet over my head. All right, and I can get those branches down. It's slightly articulated so that I can cut the things down. How it works is the control is down by your hand, which is safer. And then at the end, you'll see that is where the blade is. And if you come in close to the blade, you'll see, and by the way, we tighten this one. It has a chain on it, and I will tell you about every 5th or 6th use, you have to turn that little dial to tighten the chain. It's just the way chainsaws work. They all have to be tightened, but that's how it works, all right? And you can see the tightener right there. So now my chain is nice and tight, and now I can cut away. Jimmy, it doesn't matter what side I cut here, right? All right, let's go. Actually, I'll come right over here so you guys can see. So the key to a chainsaw, get it rolling before you put it down because that gets the blades nice and sharp. And then all I have to do is lay it on top and just let the weight of the saw do the work. There it goes. You don't have to push. Let it go through. That's it. Now, how long would that have taken me to do by hand? Are you kidding me? It'd probably take me 5 minutes to do that by hand, and instead I did it in about 40 seconds. Peter Kilcullen is standing by. He's going to take you on a little tour of how it works. Hey, buddy, this did so well last week. This did so well, we brought it back.
Well, I mean, that's certainly not a surprise. I mean, Guy, you and I have been presenting pole saws for so many years, and especially with Earthwise, and they just get better and better. So this one being the lightest one we've ever offered, this one being the one that's the longest so you can get higher up above. And then you talked about it, that this one has no cord, certainly has no gas and things that you have to use to start it up. So battery operated, lithium ion, it is amazing. This has all of it. Check this out, Guy. This weighs just over 8 pounds. And this will extend to 9 feet 4 inches. So check this out when it's fully extended. This is what's so cool about it. So you've got that fiberglass pole, hollow pole, but super strong, but super lightweight. Look at that. 9 feet above my head. So even when I'm doing it at a safe 45-degree angle, think about this. I'm just over 6 feet tall. You could be getting 12, 13, maybe even 14 feet in the air because you can handle this because it is so light, so easy to use. You talked about it, how you don't have to worry about having a cord that's long enough to get to those different parts of your yard. It's fantastic. So I actually don't even have enough room to cut this when it's fully extended. It's really amazing. So let's do that. I'll lay this down on that limb. We have an 8-inch bar and chain. We have that automatic oiling system. All you need to do is add the oil. You can see it's right there. Open that cap, put the oil in there. 8-inch bar and chain means that you're going to be able to handle limbs up to 7 inches in diameter. You talked about the chain tensioning system, which is toolless. It's super easy to use. So let's do it. I'm all the way back here, which I think is always nice if you've never used a chainsaw, to be able to do it from further back. You can feel safe. Look at that. Nice and easy. It goes through that limb. You don't have to think about anything. And I'll show you this, Guy. I think this is really neat. When you look at this, first of all, you can see it's angled a bit. So when you're reaching up above your head, it's at the perfect angle to cut that branch. Also, there's not a lot of motor on the side, which kind of really distracts your view. This is what they call an inline motor. So when you're looking up at it, you can see exactly what you're cutting. All these little touches that make this so great from Earthwise. But think about this, the lightest, the easiest to use, and it's the longest pole saw we've ever offered.
Hey, and Peter, you and I have said for years, right? If you got to get on a ladder with a chainsaw,
no way.
don't do it, all right? A ladder and a chainsaw, unless you have unless you're, own your own landscape business, you don't need to do that. Why would you want to do something like that? Because you're taking a very powerful tool and then you're making it edgy because you try to do this. When you got a pole saw, you don't have to do that. I've actually got a magnolia tree back here. And I didn't tell anybody this, but I'm going to trim the magnolia tree, all right? There is a branch right here, and you can see it right there. I'm going to take that branch off right there. It's kind of growing inward, and you'll see it's very easy to do. All I do is I just take my saw. Now, if that does not show you, I'll grab the branch. That is why you buy this. You can see it's kind of got some dead leaves on it and stuff. I just trimmed that in, how long did that take? 3 seconds? And you can see, granted, it's only about a 1-inch branch, but that's why you buy it. So now I can trim my trees. I got palm trees. We all live in Florida, all the guys here. The palm fronds are a pain in the butt. They fall on your car. I had a palm frond fall on my last car. $800 to fix the car. It landed right on the car because I couldn't reach it before I had a pole saw. And that was many, many years ago. So these are just a great way to keep your property looking sharp. Not only that, Pete, it's an answer, right? Like you may have something blocking your picture window. You may have something hanging over your driveway. You may have a branch hanging over your gutter or your house, and it's like 8 or 9 feet tall. Well, add that 9 feet to your height. You can reach 15, 16 feet with these things, and you get a nice clean cut, as you can see right there. I'm gonna hand it back to Pete. Before I do that, I have not talked about why this is what it is. This is one of our weekly deal drops, a price that only lasts for 7 days. I think it's at the end of it with this because I had it last week. It is free shipping and handling. It's $30 off. All right, it's flex pay of only $29.98. Not only that, hey, Pete, you and I are dads, right? We're dads. How much would we love to get this for Father's Day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, for all the dads, because you're going to be surprised at how often you use it. You were just talking about you're going to use it when those limbs get close to the house, the branches, and we always talk about this. You know, we think about the spring and summer using it, but you want to use this in the fall, before the winter, before the storms, it's ice and snow and wind are putting all those limbs too close to the house. Maybe they're covering up the driveway, the front door. You can cut them back with this with ease. I'll do a couple of more cuts with this because I want you to see how simple it is. Anyone can handle this. So take a look at this as I just put this down on the limb. I think the camera will head over. There he is. Just lay that down on the branch. And again, look at how little, kind of vibration or feedback that you're getting. I'm just resting it on the limb, and it does the rest. And you can go from cut to cut. We talked about this. Obviously, the amount of time you get on that battery is going to depend on how large those limbs are that you're cutting. But with that lithium-ion battery, you get that full power until the battery is completely depleted. Then we include a quick charger. So in about an hour and a half, you're going to get a full charge again.